back. It's good to see you again. Well, I trust that you are keeping well, all things considering. I know everything at the moment is just a tiny little bit different to what we're used to every day, but at the moment everyone's making adjustments, so we've got to do our best when we can, right? That's great. Well, of course you have been tested to come in here today, and everything here, you know, that's going to be safe and perfectly healthy for you coming to see me today. So you can feel reassured with that, I hope. And I can help you with everything which you want, as I could possibly help with, within my means to do so. So what is it that you'd like to see me about this evening? Right. You're having trouble sleeping. Okay. Don't hold back at all. Please do elaborate more. It's perfectly fine. You can tell me anything you wish. Having slight problems sleeping. Okay. And this is a recurring thing which is taking place every night? Or is it just some nights where you find it difficult to fall asleep? Okay. So it's quite a regular occurrence where you're not able to sleep at night. Okay. Well, sleep, of course, is, without putting too much pressure on it, is one of the most important things for our body. There are many aspects and reasons as to why you might find trouble sleeping, and there could be various reasons which trigger those feelings which can prevent you from sleeping, or maybe falling asleep and not getting a good enough night's sleep. All these things combined can build up. Yeah. And do you feel a sense of almost pressure when it comes to bedtime? Like you need to go to sleep because you've got to get up early in the morning, or you feel like you need your good quality sleep for rest, or just overthinking, or something along those lines? Okay. Okay. So all of these things which you've explained to me are all perfectly natural things which we experience when we're sleeping. Okay? So any concerns and things that you have, I'm quietly confident that I could probably just help you with a few of those things without seeking anything further. For the time being, there are certain techniques and things that we can do to help you get the sleep which you deserve and feel like you need as well. All of us want to go to sleep at night and wake up with the feeling that we've had the best night's sleep. And that's something which you're not getting at the moment. But don't worry, we can rectify this for you, and this no sleep nonsense will be a thing in the past. I've had many patients come in to see me regarding this topic. All of them are very different and varied, but you'd be surprised that what certain things help which you wouldn't think would help, and applying those techniques to your sleep routine every night, which I will show you, which will hopefully help you, will make a drastic difference in your quality of sleep, how long you sleep, and your overall general well-being. Once you've managed to get a good night's sleep, have in you the energy and everything else which you would want to feel like to be with you the next day and energize you and give you the lift, whether that's mentally and physically, both are equally important. So that's something I can help you with. What is it that you do that's so great? I wish I was doing that. But I can understand why things could be on your mind a little bit, though it sounds as if it could be just a little bit demanding sometimes. Okay, this current climate as well, you will find that also creates just a little bit of unwanted pressure on all of us at the moment, so you were very right to come in and see me. Sleep deprivation is something which I find is an important topic to help people with and make them come aware with. So I'm extremely happy that you've come into me and come to see me to discuss this and hopefully cure it with some techniques that I can show you. So I think what we'll just do first, I'll just check. I wouldn't be doing my job as a doctor if I did not check your pulse, heart rate, just to make sure that all that's fine. I have no reason to believe that it wouldn't be, but sometimes a little bit of anxiousness and anxious feeling can heighten your senses a little bit and just keep you a little bit on edge, but that can go as easily as it comes as well. So there's some light at the end of the tunnel, that it's not a thing which is going to take over you, but instead it's there as a safe bodyguard, that something like anxiety is something that has been built within us to be used in appropriate moments when we need the energy that we need, but your body is just playing just little different signals from there to down there, from your head and wherever it's going, and those signals which are just going from there to there are just being used at the wrong time. Simply, that's all it is. So that feeling of anxiousness is just a confusion with what your body is expecting it's going to be doing, but in reality it's not. So there are some techniques to help this, as I keep saying. I'm going to show you, but first I'm going to just check your heart rate, just make sure everything's fine. It will be, but I think we just make sure. Okay, so if you can just breathe as normally as possible for me, nice and relaxed. Perfect. Great. Okay. I'll just do it again there. I'm sorry if it's a little bit cold. You feel that. Perfectly fine. So you haven't been feeling any sort of discomfort at all? No pains or anything? No. That's great. Well, as I expect, that is probably a stress-related thing, but a stress-related thing can easily be combated, and we can get rid of it and make you feel better. So there's a technique which, in medical terms, is not being widely used. This is the golden egg that so many professions seem to be ignoring, but it continues to really help people, and this is something which I have implemented into this practice, and this is going to really help you with these feelings of stress, built up stress, which might be accumulating due to the fact that you're not getting good quality sleep, which is what you deserve, and which is what I want you to have. So this technique, which I've been studying and implementing to patients, getting extremely positive results, and you can tell it instantly. It's something called ASMR. We use ASMR here in this practice. I don't know if you're familiar with it or seen it online. That's perfect then, so you know what it's all about. I don't need to explain it to you. But what I will explain to you is that using these ASMR techniques, we can drastically reduce the stress and put your mind in a sense of calm feeling. And that sense of calm feeling is the perfect state of mind you want to be in just before you go to sleep. So I'm going to take you into the dark room that we have here. I think that's probably more suited, and I'm just going to show you some techniques and show you the effects of what ASMR can do. Showing you some different sounds, making sounds, letting it connect with you, and you could connect with the sounds, and you will find just such a change in where you relax, how you relax. This will be perfectly implemented into your conscious self, and it will become a routine to hopefully help you begin to fall asleep easier, and then your quality of sleep will improve. So how about that I take you into the dark room there. It's just a simple dark room. It's just not as bright as it is in here. That's just for my patients to go in as a consultation room, should they have people that come with them. But it's a very relaxing place, and it's perfect for us talking a little bit more about it and allowing you to feel these ASMR sensations. Okay, I'm so glad that you came to see me, and we can do this together. So let's just get in the room now. Okay, if you just go in there, and I'll just collect some items which I use from in here. Okay, right. Okay then, so I'll just put my ASMR instruments down. So, are you sitting comfortably? So, thank you. This dark room here is obviously designed for consultations, but as you can see, the dark background is to make it nice and relaxing for you as possible. Now, I'm going to tell you some techniques that's going to guide you along the way as we go through this ASMR process. This room has now pretty much been designed for the sole purpose of insomniac patients, people with insomnia, and people who find it difficult to relax, things of that nature. I figured this is something that's going to really benefit you this evening. Okay, so like I said, this can usually be done with headphones, or it can be done with earphones or speakers, but I'm going to do it to you in real life, so it's more of a practice session, so you know what to expect when you listen to these ASMR videos online. Listen to the sounds, and you're relaxing the sounds to help you fall asleep and cure this insomnia that you're experiencing. Okay, so what I have with me here is a selection of sounds that I use in the surgery practice in the offices. They're nothing crazy like you probably find plenty of on ASMR sites and online, but these fundamental sounds always act as the basic principles and the foundation for relaxing and helping you during this current moment in time. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing is bringing these sounds a little bit close to you. You just listen to it and we'll watch closely, or I will observe you closely, see how you respond to these sounds, and if this is the right way for you. I'm quietly confident it would be, but still, this is just a test a little bit. Okay. So something which I do here at the surgery, cranial nerve examinations. You're familiar with a few bits that we did last time on your last visit. I use a different instrument to check the nerves and senses, and this is one of them. So I'm just going to replicate a couple of those things for you, and when I do that, then you might feel a little bit of this ASMR sensation, that relaxing feeling, as I just move around and just do a little bit of tapping. Okay? Just relax. Great. Just tapping. You can tell the gentle tapping of this is one of those sounds which repetition is something which is key when experiencing ASMR for some people. So using that repetitive sound can very much replicate the sound of something ticking, something relaxing, as it draws you into relaxation and some relaxing feelings. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. All you need to do, just listen to the sound, focus your attention as much as you feel possible whilst we're in the dark room. So this is just items which I have here in the office and in the surgery. If you listen, you can hear absolutely nothing except the sound. And if you hear something, then you just direct your attention back to the sound. You will find that this will really help when it comes to curing what you probably deem to be a little bit incurable, but it really isn't. It's very much curable. This this could be something which will really help you. Something just like this box can help you fall asleep and feel great at night. I can tell that your mind probably wants to resist, but you feel ever so slightly relaxed. So there are many things which you probably feel relaxed about. There are quite a lot of people here in the surgery which find the very notion, the very process of seeing a doctor quite relaxing. So there are a lot of instruments which really help, and techniques which trigger you. These 3 items here, if you can just focus your attention on them. These 3 items here is something which I use on my patients to come see me if they need a little bit of ear cleaning. Don't worry, these are all perfectly sanitized, but just a tiny little cup, something extremely delicate with precision and care, with an instrument that can really help spur on those triggers, those ASMR feelings. And something like this might really help you. In fact, I'm pretty sure it will really help you. And you will stop thinking about other things and look at something else. Direct your attention to something else. In this case, it's instruments for ear cleaning, earwax removal, that sort of thing. A lot of medical tools are great before inducing ASMR. So initially, some people feel a little bit anxious when going to doctors or things of that nature, but when they're there and they get that little bit of attention, which I'd say is what you're receiving at the moment, that same feeling and sensation can be the feeling of feeling relaxed, can be enhanced through these sorts of sounds. This may surprise you that a common trigger for these ASMR sensations is, in fact, a keyboard. And something as simple as pressing a button can help with these ASMR triggers, as I press each one with single purpose for the intention of typing. case, for you to relax too. And certain movements and visuals are great for helping you focus initially, but when it comes to that point, when you want to fall asleep, then closing your eyes and listening to the sounds will be the next step for you to start to fall asleep. Perhaps you would like to direct your attention to my torch here, okay? Just follow it around as if we would be performing an eye examination or something along those lines. I'll be coming up close just to check your retina and things like that. I'll be using it just to have a look in your eye there, have a look in your eye there, perhaps even in your ears as well. Bit of illumination there, just having a little look, but sometimes that very movement can really help trigger those euphoric feelings, almost like endorphins when they're released as you go to the gym. They feel good, and this ASMR replicates that same sort of feeling, the good feeling in your body, and with good feelings becomes a very responsive body, and one which will start to do things when you wanted to do something instead of going against something that you were probably trying to make happen. Okay, so following the light in a doctor's practice, which is what you want, is something which can take your troubles away. You keep directing your attention, following it from there, from A to B, and vice versa. You'll find that it really can visually help you. So I'll get the other one out here as well. perhaps you would like to tell me which light is going to flicker for me, okay? So remember that visual triggers can really help trigger your ASMR, as you just found out there as well. So there's one more thing which I think will make a nice sound for you. Why not use two colors? Rubber gloves, which in a medical sense are used all the time for hygiene reasons, but also other professions as well. People doing tattoos or something along those lines, making sure everything's safe. But these gloves are used quite a lot and very trigger worthy, and we have them in abundance here in the practice, and obviously at the moment it's very important to be wearing them when you're leading to win. Imitating touching your face. I know I'm actually coming quite close to your face. I'm not quite touching it, just coming close whilst making sounds. Also find that mimicking of something something along those lines, with medicines which do practice things like that. That movement itself of dissipating negative energy from one's being can bring about those sensations of ASMR. So there are many elements, movements, scenarios, sounds, and everything else which can really help you. Okay. Okay. So you may not have noticed, but that whole entire process which I was performing there, I was paying close attention to you and making sure if this ASMR technique was actually working with you and if you were responding to it from a medical sense. I was able to make sure that it's having a good effect as opposed to a adverse effect on you and nothing whatsoever. During different sounds that I performed and put in front of you, I explained a few things through the method of explaining and just using different motions, something that you wouldn't probably expect me to do as a doctor. I could tell from your pupils how they were expanding, that there was a response there to the ASMR. The smallest hand movements that I was making, something that you wouldn't expect the doctors do, like the energy pulling, things like that. But through my studying of ASMR, I have noticed that a common recurring theme for triggers is this energy pulling and hand movements and where your hand is placed and how it reacts in that certain area. And I could tell from those movements, the combination of different sounds, and these, bear in mind, were only sounds from the practice, that you were getting these tingly feelings, which is great. So during that is what you've got to utilize when you're trying to sleep. During those moments when you're not feeling like you can sleep, listen to those ASMR sounds. Listen with your eyes open or closed. Watch as much as you can till you start to feel your eyes getting drowsy. You might even find some of the triggers boring, but it is there to help you. It is helping you. And it's that practicing of redirecting your attention. Different neurons are beginning to connect in your brain. This will help you start to focus on other aspects of your life and things like that. So I'm pleased to say that you were getting the ASMR response there. I noticed the relaxation in you and the fact that I'm able to replicate that with you. That says to me that you are going to be able to replicate this for yourself as well. So just scour what you want online, find these ASMR things. Many medical professions don't use this as a form of medication or a way of helping people with insomnia, which I find a little bit ludicrous. But like I said, this is something new, something which is new to the medical terms anyway, and it is clinically proven to have a good response with patients which are suffering from symptoms which you've described with insomnia and from sleep deprivation. Same thing, but it can really affect your everyday living, and I don't want that for you. I want you to feel good every day and wake up every day having a great sleep, having some ASMR the night before, enjoying it, relaxing to it, and then training yourself to sleep better with it, with the help of it. That's what it's for. Okay, so how about that we take this back into the practice? Okay, just explain a couple of things to you, and when we should meet up next. Well, I'll just take these things back into the practice there, into my office, and I'll see you. I'm going to pop all of your things into the system. May I recommend that we have another checkup? I think if you're able to use these techniques, shall we say a month or a couple of months, so that will give you plenty of time to practice these techniques, adopt it into your life, and start creating a little bit of routine. So if you have this ritual before you go to bed, you pop on your headphones, earphones, or just speakers at a low level, and you just watch it, and then when your eyes feel tired, close your eyes and continue to listen to it. You will find, once you do so, you'll find it impossible, because you've been lulled into sleep. It's what your body wants, and when your mind decides it wants to focus on something else, as it probably wants to focus on the window there, because I've said it, but you can redirect that attention to the ASMR sounds. So in this case, your attention's been directed back to me, and you are now again focusing on me. When you start to master these techniques, keep practicing it over and over again, it will become second nature. So it won't only affect your sleep, but every decision that you make throughout your daily activities, and you will find this stronger sense of making a decision that I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do that. So everything will become clearer, because you've trained your mind just to focus on what you need to focus at. So the positive benefits of everything that this technique, ASMR technique, will help you work dividends. And you could see why I use it and implement it with patients here in this practice. I'm so glad that you came in to see me today. You've done the right thing. Just so you know, you've done the right thing. Everyone deserves the best night's sleep, and I'd hate to think that you were being deprived of that right, which you so rightfully should have. Okay, once you've learned these things, you will feel a 10 times better person. Every day you will wake up and you'll feel rejuvenated and refreshed, instead of that stagnated feeling of not getting any sleep and staying awake up late at night and trying to find other means to fall asleep. ASMR works dividends, and I'm sure it's going to help you a lot. Okay then, well, I think you're all set and ready to go. I always recommend to buy a nice pair of comfortable headphones, something which doesn't go too close to your ears. It's a nice loose fitting one, nice and spongy at the top, so when you're wearing it, it just sits on there ever so nicely. If you're a back sleeper, if you're a side sleeper like myself, then perhaps some comfortable earphones, but you've always got to be careful if you've got wires that you don't tangle yourself up with that. So some Bluetooth ones can usually do a good job for you there. But if you don't want that, then just have a nice pair of speakers next to you and listen to that sound. I always recommend to have one speaker one side, one the other, so you get that binaural effect, because that will help your mind direct it where it needs to be listening. And that sense of following directions to listening to the sounds I think will really help you, like we did in the dark room there. So in the meantime, if you can just continue to work on those things that we talked about today, and I'd say next time we see you, you'll be feeling completely different, I assure you. That's great. It was absolutely my pleasure to help you today. Okay, so you take care of yourself. Keep nice and relaxed when you want to and when you can. Okay, cheerio.